On Christmas Eve, with a pie still warm in the oven and the tree half lit, my own son looked at me and said, "Pay the rent or get out." What he didn't know was that one calm sentence from me was about to freeze him where he stood. Welcome to Big Sky Storytime. I hope you will like this story. Before listening to the story, I request you that if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and make the video a worthy one. Let's go to the story. It was Christmas Eve, 2023, in our cozy little ranch house in suburban Dallas, Texas, where the twinkling lights on the porch tried their best to mask the chill that had settled in, not from the mild winter air, but from the growing tension inside. I'd spent the morning baking my famous pecan pie, the kind with extra bourbon that my late husband Tom used to rave about, filling the kitchen with that warm, nutty aroma that screamed holidays. But as I pulled it from the oven, my son, Jake, stormed in from the garage, his face flushed red like he'd just run a marathon in the Texas heat. He was 28, fresh out of a messy divorce, and had moved back in with me 6 months earlier after losing his job at the oil rig. "Mom," he barked, slamming a stack of bills on the counter, "you gotta pay the rent or get out. This is my house now, and I'm done carrying you." His words hit like a freight train, echoing through the festively decorated living room where the tree stood half lit because we'd argued about the electric bill last week. Frozen? Oh, he would be soon enough. But let me back up, because this story isn't just about a holiday blow-up. It's about the quiet strength of a mother's love turning the tables on entitlement, rooted in a lifetime of sacrifices that built the very roof over his head. You see, the unique hook here isn't the shout itself, it's that the rent he demanded was for a home I'd gifted him years ago in a desperate bid to save his future, only for him to forget the invisible threads of family that hold us all together. And what I said next? It wasn't anger or tears, it was a calm revelation that stripped away his illusions and rebuilt our bond from the ashes of that Christmas chaos. My name is Evelyn Harper, and I've always been the kind of mom who believes in tough love wrapped in Southern hospitality. Born and raised in Houston, I married Tom right out of high school in 1990, back when oil was booming and dreams felt as big as the Texas sky. We started with nothing, a tiny apartment where the AC buzzed louder than our whispers about the future. Tom worked the rigs, gone for weeks at a time, while I juggled waitressing shifts at a diner and raising our only child, Jake. He was a bundle of energy from day one, with those big blue eyes and a laugh that could melt butter. I remember his first Christmas, 1995, when we could barely afford gifts, so I handmade a wooden train set from scraps Tom brought home. Jake played with it for hours, oblivious to our worries. Those early years taught me resilience. We'd scrape by on ramen and prayers, but family was our anchor. By 2005, Tom's hard work paid off. He climbed to supervisor, and we bought our first home in Dallas, a modest 3-bedroom with a backyard big enough for Jake to practice baseball. I quit waitressing to become a school teacher, pouring my heart into kids who reminded me of my own. Life was good, predictable, until the 2008 crash hit. Oil prices tanked, Tom lost his job, and suddenly we were drowning in mortgage payments. I took on extra tutoring gigs, Tom drove for Uber, and Jake, at 13, mowed lawns to help out. We nearly lost the house, but we refinanced and held on. That ordeal bonded us. Jake saw firsthand what sacrifice looked like, or so I thought. Fast forward to 2015. Tom was diagnosed with lung cancer, years of rag dust catching up. He fought for 2 years, but by 2017, he was gone, leaving me a widow at 47 with a teenager heading to college. The life insurance helped pay off the house, and I downsized my dreams to focus on Jake. He got a scholarship to Texas A&M for engineering, inspired by his dad. I was so proud, attending every game, sending care packages with homemade cookies. But college changed him. Parties, girls, and the freedom eroded that hard-working kid I raised. He graduated in 2019, landed a job in the oil fields like Tom, and married his college sweetheart, Sarah, in 2020. They bought a condo with our help, a down payment from Tom's savings I'd squirreled away. I thought that was it. My boy was set. But the pandemic hit. Oil plummeted again, and Jake's company folded. Sarah left him in 2022, citing irreconcilable differences, which I later learned meant his growing temper and drinking. Broke and broken, he asked to move back home. "Just till I get on my feet, Mom," he said, eyes pleading like that little boy with the train set. Of course, I said yes. What mother wouldn't? The first few months were okay. I cooked his favorites, brisket on Sundays, chili during football season. He helped with chores, mowed the lawn without asking. But as job rejections piled up, resentment brewed. He'd snap about the grocery bill, complain the Wi-Fi was slow for his online applications. I encouraged him, helped polish his resume, even connected him with old friends in the industry. By Thanksgiving 2023, though, things soured. He started treating the house like his domain, inviting buddies over for loud poker nights, leaving beer cans everywhere. I bit my tongue, remembering Tom's advice, "Ev, pick your battles." But the real kicker came when I found out he'd been using my credit card for essentials. Gas, sure, but also bar tabs and online gaming. I confronted him gently and he exploded. "You're retired now, Mom. What do you need money for?" Retired? At 53, after 30 years teaching, I'd taken early retirement due to burnout, living on a modest pension and savings. The house was paid off, but taxes, utilities, and upkeep weren't free. Still, I forgave, chalking it up to stress. Then Christmas Eve arrived. I'd invited the neighbors for a small gathering, potluck style, with carols and eggnog. Jake had been out all day, job hunting, he claimed, but I smelled whiskey when he returned. The pie was cooling, the tree aglow, when he unleashed. "Pay the rent or get out," he shouted, waving those bills, utilities mostly, that I'd always covered. The room fell silent. Even the Christmas music seemed to pause. My heart shattered, not from the words, but the entitlement in his eyes. This was the boy I'd nursed through fevers, cheered at games, sacrificed vacations for his braces. And now, on Christmas, he was evicting me from my own home? But here's where the hook twists. Years earlier, in 2018, after Tom's death, I'd quietly transferred the deed to Jake's name. It was a tax strategy my accountant suggested, gifting the house to avoid estate taxes down the line since I planned to live there forever anyway. Jake signed the papers without a second thought, too grief-stricken to question. He didn't know the full implications. To him, it was just paperwork. But legally, it was his house. I'd never mentioned it again, assuming family trumped titles. In that moment, as he stood there fuming, I didn't yell back. I didn't cry. Instead, I poured 2 cups of coffee, sat at the kitchen table, and said calmly, "Sit down, Jake. There's something you need to hear." He hesitated, but the authority in my voice, honed from years in the classroom, compelled him. As he slumped into the chair, I began unraveling the story he never fully knew. This house isn't just bricks and mortar, son. It's the sum of every sacrifice your father and I made. Remember 2008? We ate beans for weeks so you could keep playing Little League. When Dad got sick, I sold my jewelry to cover co-pays, all while smiling for you. His face softened a bit, but anger lingered. Then I dropped the bomb. And that deed? I put it in your name not because I was giving up, but because I trusted you'd honor the spirit of family. But if it's rent you want, let's talk real value. I pulled out an old photo album from the drawer, flipping to pictures of us building the backyard deck together, Tom teaching Jake to fish, me sewing his Halloween costumes. These aren't billable hours, Jake. They're investments in you. He froze, coffee cup midway to his lips. What do you mean, the deed? He stammered. I explained the gifting, how it was meant to secure his future, not entitle him to lord over me. But demanding rent on Christmas? That's not the man I raised. Your father would be heartbroken. Tears welled in his eyes, the first I'd seen since Tom's funeral. The neighbors arrived soon after, diffusing the tension with laughter and plates of food. Jake excused himself to his room, and I hosted like nothing happened, my teacher smile plastered on. But later that night, as snow flurries dusted the driveway, a rare Texas treat, he knocked on my door. Mom, I'm sorry, he whispered, hugging me like he did as a kid. We talked till dawn, about his fears, the divorce pain, job hopelessness. I shared my own vulnerabilities, loneliness without Tom, worries about aging alone. By Christmas morning, under the tree, he handed me a handwritten note. No rent, just love. Let's fix this together. That wasn't the end, though. True change takes time. Jake enrolled in therapy, funded by his unemployment checks. I helped him revamp his job search, emphasizing networking over resentment. By February 2024, he landed a position at a renewable energy firm. Ironic, given our oil roots, but promising. He moved out in April, into a small apartment, but visits weekly now, bringing groceries and stories from work. The house? Still in his name, but we joke about it. That Christmas shout became our turning point, a harsh reminder that family bonds aren't transactional. For U.S. moms out there juggling careers, loss, and grown kids, know this: your voice carries weight. Speak truth with love, and watch entitlement melt away. It's not about freezing them out, it's about warming their hearts to reality. But let's dive deeper, because this story has layers, like the strata in those Texas oil fields Tom knew so well. After that night, I reflected on where I'd gone wrong. Had I enabled him too much? As a single mom, guilt often drove my decisions, overcompensating for Tom's absence with leniency. Psychologists call it helicopter parenting, but in the South, it's just being there. I read books like Boundaries by Cloud and Townsend, realizing I needed to set firmer lines earlier. Jake admitted his outburst stemmed from feeling trapped, projecting his failures onto me. We attended a family counseling session in January, where the therapist unpacked our dynamics. Evelyn, you've been the rock, but rocks can crack under pressure. It was eye-opening. Jake learned about gratitude journals, starting one with entries like, thankful for mom's pie and patience. Small steps, but transformative. Spring brought renewal. With Jake employed, I volunteered at the local food bank, channeling my teaching skills into adult literacy classes. It reminded me of my purpose beyond motherhood. Jake surprised me on Mother's Day with a weekend getaway to Austin, our first trip together since he was a teen. We hiked and chanted rock, talked dreams, him advancing in green energy, me maybe writing a book about resilient families. That summer, he started dating again, a kind nurse named Lisa who joined our barbecues. By fall 2024, our relationship was stronger than ever. No more blow-ups, just honest conversations. Yet holidays loomed. Christmas 2024 approached, and I wondered if old ghosts would stir. Jake insisted on hosting at his place, decorating with lights I'd lent him. As we gathered, me, him, Lisa, and even Sarah's parents, amicable post-divorce, he raised a toast to Mom, who taught me home isn't ownership, it's heart. No shouts, just cheers. That moment sealed our healing. This tale isn't unique in its pain. Many American families face similar strains amid economic pressures, job losses, and generational clashes. But the hook? It's the power of a deed done in love, turned weapon, then olive branch. Mothers, your words can freeze entitlement in its tracks, thawing it into growth. Mine did, and ours is proof that even on the darkest Christmas, light can break through. As I look back, the roots of that Christmas confrontation trace to Jake's childhood summers. Every July, we'd drive to Galveston Beach, Tom packing the cooler with sandwiches, me slathering sunscreen on Jake's squirming back. Those trips were escape valves from rig life, where Jake built sand castles taller than him, dreaming of engineering marvels. "One day I'll build a bridge to the moon, Mom," he'd say. I encouraged those dreams, enrolling him in STEM camps despite the cost. But after Tom's death, those memories bittersweetened. Jake withdrew, skipping college orientation to help at home, though really avoiding grief. I pushed him to go, saying, "Your dad would want you chasing stars, not stuck here." He went, but the seed of resentment planted, feeling abandoned even as I sent weekly calls and packages. College amplified it. A&M's party scene hooked him. Grades slipped, but he graduated by sheer will. Sarah entered then, a sorority girl with big ambitions. Their wedding was beautiful. Outdoor venue in hill country, me in a lavender dress Tom would have loved. But cracks showed early. Sarah wanted stability, Jake chased thrills. When oil crashed in 2020, so did they. Divorce papers served in 2022, Jake crashed back home, tail between legs. I welcomed him with open arms, but boundaries blurred. He'd use my car without asking, eat my labeled leftovers. I excused it as temporary, but temporary stretched. The bills he waived that eve, mostly his, streaming services, gym membership, but he blamed me for high living. Irony, my luxuries were generic brands and thrift store finds. Post-Tom, I'd learned frugality, clipping coupons like religion. Jake, accustomed to my giving, forgot reciprocity. That night, after my revelation, he pored over the deed documents I showed him, jaw slack. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because love doesn't come with strings, son, but respect does." He nodded, and we planned. He'd contribute to bills, seek counseling, job hunt earnestly. January 2024. First therapy session. Dr. Ramirez, a no-nonsense Latina with a warm smile, had us list grievances. Jake's, "Mom smothers me." Mine, "He takes without thanks." We laughed, cried, built bridges. Jake started journaling, revealing deep fears, failing like he perceived Tom did, though Tom was a hero to me. I shared my own, outliving purpose. By February, he interviewed for the energy job, nailing it with skills from A&M. Moving out was bittersweet. I helped pack, slipping in that old train set for nostalgia. With him gone, house echoed. I redecorated, joined a book club, mostly widows sharing stories. One, Betty, became a confidant. "Ev, you're a saint," she'd say. But I wasn't. I'd enabled partly from fear of loneliness. Summers 2024, Jake invited me to his company's picnic, introducing Lisa. She's grounded, a pediatric nurse who adores kids. They bonded over volunteer work, something Jake never did before. Fall brought challenges. Jake's job stressed him. He called venting. I listened, advised without fixing. Growth for both. Thanksgiving, we cooked together. No tension. Christmas 2024. At his apartment, gifts exchanged. Mine to him, a framed photo of us three with Tom, inscribed "Family First." His to me, a spa day voucher for the rock who holds us. Reflecting, this story mirrors many in America. Boomerang kids, widowhood strains, economic volatility. Oil industry's boom-bust taught resilience, but family ties demand maintenance. Mothers, your voice is powerful. Use it to teach, not tolerate. That frozen moment, it melted into warmth, proving love's endurance. If you like this story of mine, please leave a nice comment and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.